This is an opinion video about a video documentary entitled Hacker of Eyewitness by Sandra Aguilar. From the growing technological advancement of our country, we are also rapidly making our way to cyberspace in which the conflict starts. Cyberspace, according to our research, is the environment in which communication over computer network occurs, or in short, it is a virtual community of the digital technological world. Based on the documentary itself, we think that it is a very informative piece given that it significantly informs people of our situation in the virtual world and how cybercrime can affect us immensely. Thus, the creation of the term hacker, who is supposedly someone who uses a computer system to gain unauthorized access to another system for data. With this technological-driven world, the creation of cyberspace isn't very surprising since we are all being dependent of it, unless we are someone far away from civilization, which is impossible, for there are only a number of groups who still have not reached this technological era. With this being mentioned, cybercrime became relevant as according to the documentary, once your information is uploaded online, even if you convert it as an anonymous viewer, it will still not guarantee 100% of your security and privatization of your personal information. Just recently, influencers all over the Philippines have experienced hacking of personal accounts from YouTube, Facebook, and other media platforms, which are easy to decipher their motives. There were targeting accounts that are surely monetizing colossally, which makes sense. These multiple cases of hacked accounts of influencers made it more controversial given that they are dealing with millions of followers. The reason why we're the most targeted users is the very reason of being one of the most internet consumers in the world, probably spending 10 hours per day online. This paved us in the 11th spot of the most high-ranking internet consumers in the world, with over half of its population as internet users. This comes with bottom line, in addition with the pandemic going on, that more Filipinos are now spending more time online, and with this comes with the risk of falling victim to cyber victims if one is not mindful of his online security.
This documentary is highly accurate in our present time, where technology is playing a big role in our lives. No matter how big and how beautiful the online world is, it will always be the battleground of cyber war. You can't tell whether a person is only a techie that uses the internet or a hacker. If so, we have no idea if one belongs to one of the hackers' groups. No matter how advanced an app's or website security system is, we are taking a risk that could have serious consequences for us. We could lose a lot of things without being completely aware. But come to think of it, we cannot do anything because these hackers know how the technology and the internet system work. They focus on every single detail to complete their task. It is truly frightening that so many young people are becoming interested in and funding projects like this. But at the end of the day, it's still their choice. We don't have the great power to control them. Not even the government can stop them. Look at how huge the gap of life system is. We came and our lives only circled around from nature and back to us. Our lives are only becoming more technologically advanced. We isolate ourselves from the world and use the internet as an escape. How sad would it be if the only thing we thought the next generation was all about the great cyberspace?
Our chosen audiences are the audience category where almost everyone is included but not exactly everyone. We understand that in this era, millennials include senior citizens, whether the users live in rural or urban areas. The usage of internet or social media is widely known, especially for entertainment. These are the people on risk of being a victim of hacking, especially for the people who work in a company or those who use a lot of time on social medias like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Most hackers do not choose their victims as long as they make an income or would have benefits from those accounts they have. Online money transactions is one factor that a hacker targets. However, not all kinds of citizens are people who use the internet. There are those people who live in a very secluded area and do not live the way those who live in urban places. Like indigenous people that don't live the way most people do in cities, or unlike the rural areas where people are also updated with gadgets and internet, there are also those who have lived in a very early generations of some families that have no idea nor interest in using and learning how to use a cell phone, computer. In short, only those people who use the internet, whether for daily living or not, are those who are at stake of being a victim of hacking, while some people who do not use gadgets and internet cannot and will not relate to this issue.
A few points that I want to analyze more is the use of music and sound. Background sounds and music really caught my attention. From the few seconds until the end, the documentary makes me feel like I'm in the digital world. The sounds are just on time and very much appropriate for scenes, making them more interesting and appealing to the viewers. Also, the use of imagery is exceptional and aligns with what the documentaries is talking about in the specific scene. With this, the film is more relatable and easy to understand even for the viewers who are not quite familiar with the topic.
The literary devices that is used in this documentary is allegory, which is commonly used for political and societal issues or topics. And the documentary is all about hackers, which is one of the biggest issues or problems in our society.